Hello guys, let's learn about Triton from scratch. The purpose for which we are learning this is to train AI models faster. So you will definitely need this if you want to train your models 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times faster in some cases. And a lot of companies are requiring these jobs as well. So it's about writing some special code for GPUs to make your models train faster and utilize GPUs better. We will start by importing Triton, triton.languages tl, and import torch. So to compile a function, we will use this at triton.justinTime above the function we want to compile. So we will use this decorator. So this will compile this function element-wise multiply kernel into a Triton kernel. So this kernel is going to run a lot faster than if it was plain Python. Here A and B are tensors to be multiplied and C is the output tensor, the result of the multiplication. So M and N are dimensions of the tensor. So we have 2D tensor. These are the dimensions and you will use them to iterate the numbers, the tensor. Let's actually just see some examples. Even the stride as well will be easier to explain. So let's say we have tensor A of size 3, which is 3 numbers, and we move it to GPU, not to CPU, move it to GPU, and 4, 5, 6, 3 numbers is the tensor B. Then the output C, we're gonna make torch.zeros like A, so it will just be 3 numbers in this tensor, all will be zeros. So zeros like shape A, which is just dimension or size 3. So M and N, in this case, M is gonna be 3 since we have 3 elements, and N will be 1 because it's 1D tensor, so only 1 column. By the way, you can learn so much about AI research, PyTorch, math, neural network transformers, everything in our Skool community, so link below the video. And you can join to become AI researcher, start writing your own research papers. See you in there. So stride is just a number of steps in memory to move from one element to the next. So this is very simple. If you have some array, bunch of elements next to each other, stride is 1. So here, next element is next to it. Next, next, next. Okay, but that's when you are moving the columns like this. So you are moving within the row. You're going next column, next column, next column. It's a bit confusing, I know. But just remember that if you have a 2D tensor, like a matrix, when moving row you go 1 by 1, strides is next, 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 but when moving in the column, then it's 1 and then 4, and then so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's 1, 4, so the stride is 3. But if you don't understand, we'll see some example here as well. So in all of our 3 tensors, stride is just 1 because we go here, next element, stride is just 1. So at the beginning, in the memory, we have tensor A, tensor B, and tensor C initialized as zeros in the beginning. Next lesson, we're gonna load these tensors from the GPU memory into the GPU registers. So we will move them from memory to registers, and for this we need to just know where these values are. So just understand that when you say tl.program ID and take the 0th element, this will give you the row. To be more precise, we will process each row with a separate program. So depending on how many programs we launch, maybe if we have 10 rows in a 2D array, 2D matrix, we may, for 10 rows, we may launch 10 programs, and then for each row, we will just assign the ID of the program. It's going to be same as the ID of the row, so we can just use that. So program ID is going to be same as row ID, so we can just use that. In this case, we just have 1 row, so we will just launch 1 program later, and the ID of this 1 program will be 0. So the ID of the row will also be 0. Coincidentally, it works. You can just assign row ID like this. And then loading elements. So we will use A. So we're gonna push values into registers for processing. So from GPU memory to GPU registers. So tl.load is the command, and A is the first starting position, or the first element position address. First element address in this A. I know it's a bit confusing, so we call this tensor A, but when you write A here, it's gonna give you the address of the first element. Plus row times stride A. So stride A is, in this case, we will define as how many elements in one row. In this case, row will be 0, so this will just be 0. And then the starting element of this row will just be the starting element of the whole tensor. But imagine if this had multiple rows, then let's say this row would be 2 times, this is length of one row. So let's say one row has 3 elements, so 1, 2, 3, okay? But the ID, let's say we are looking at the third row. So third row, and don't get confused now. So third row has ID 2, because in this matrix, first row has ID 0, 1, 2. So third row has ID 2. So to find the address of the starting element, the number of the starting element in the third row, we go from the beginning of the tensor plus 2 times length of the row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now 7 is the first element here. Now again, I don't want to confuse you. This is important. I said seventh element, but index of the seventh element is gonna be 6, because first element in the array has index 0. Okay, so the indices are like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the third row, first element has index 6. And we can see here, starting from the beginning, so we will see if, so the row ID is 2, row ID is 2, so the third row, the index is 2, times stride is 3, so 2 times 3 is 6. So this will give us, so if this row is showing the third row, which is index 2, this will give us element number with index 6, which is the beginning of this, that goes into this program, the third program. I know this is a bit confusing, but we will just see more examples. You will understand. This is what I explained right here as well, but let's look at some examples. So let's see this one. We have this matrix and this matrix. Let's assume each thread or program is going to process one element. So it needs specific I and j coordinates of the element index. Now look at this. We will use the first program for row, second program for columns. So we have 2 programs here. And look how we will access. So to load A, we will pick a specific element. So we need I and j coordinates. So in memory, the whole matrix will be just a long tensor, one long array. So we don't need 2 coordinates, we need one index, which is like this. So this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we want to access this element, we don't need we don't need like, what is it? Maybe 2, 1. We just need like 1, which is number 5, one index. This is the 5th or element with number 5. So imagine like this is one long array in memory, and we just need the position of this element. And this is how we will get the position of any element. So A, the beginning, plus row times stride A. So if we are looking at this, so it's going to be 1 row, 2 rows. So this will have index 2. So index 0, 2. So this, or okay, let's say we are looking at this one. So first we will calculate these 2 rows ahead, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to pass all of these, and then these two rows, and then in this row it's gonna be this column. So we will just add these two rows, all of the elements there, and in this column this element. So it's gonna be row times stride the length of the row. So this is passing all of the rows ahead, and number of the column. So this is just going in this row. Which column? It's gonna be this column with index 1. So I know it's maybe a bit confusing, but maybe with more practice you will understand. It's just you need like some single number, and the single number is gonna be all of the like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you need to get 7. Okay, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's gonna be 5. This is gonna be 5 plus these two. Or wait, it's confusing me as well. But anyways, we'll just continue. And when we load them from memory, we can just multiply. And then we will just store back. And each element we will store at the corresponding place at the C tensor. And it's gonna be same formula as this. You can read the same thing here that I just explained. I also recommend you ask ChatGPT or your AI about this as well. You should use AI, and maybe you should use this video to tell you what to learn, and then you can use AI supplementary teacher to learn. And this is how in the Python code, we want to call this kernel, launch the kernel and pass in the tensors, and so it's gonna give us result. So to call this kernel that we just created, so we just created this kernel. To call this kernel, we will use another Python function. In this Python function, so it's Triton matrix multiply, so we initialize C, like 0, like A, so all zeros, define the stride, which is just the number of columns. So how long is one row? So stride is how long is one row. First row ends here, then next. Okay, you will understand. And then just call this. And here you have the example walkthrough that will result in this multiplication result. For example, for row 0, column 0, the thread will multiply A00 with B00 and store the result in C00. This is something you just need to like learn a bit more and practice. I can also show you some theory and explanation of storing the output tensor into the C memory, but I already explained this, so just like we read, we will also store. It's tl.store, index, same way, and the place, the name of the tensor. So this is how you use, so you define tensor, move it to CUDA, define another one, move it to CUDA. If you forget this, it will throw an error. It will say this tensor does not exist on the GPU. And then you call the Triton function. So Triton matrix multiply. This is the Python function. This is not the kernel. This function will define these things and call launch the kernel. And kernel is defined up there as well. Now there are some advanced things like tiling, loop unrolling, for example. For loops are very slow in PyTorch. For loop is gonna go through every element, iterate, and we can just unroll and do the whole loop at once. Actually, I will just show you a little bit these advanced topics, but I want you first to understand these basics, and maybe I will be making a lot of these videos, so later we're gonna talk about this as well. The idea in tiling is when we have big matrix, we will break it down into small blocks and then process blocks separately. And this way we can speed up and process so many blocks in parallel all at once. So here we will just load the whole tile, which is a set of these elements. So we will utilize the tile size when we find the index within this long array. As I said, tensor, 2D, 3D, whatever, will be flattened into a single long array of numbers, and we need to pick the starting point of the tile and ending point of the tile and load that as a tile, that block of numbers. So I will just go quickly here. I don't want to overwhelm you now. And we're gonna learn all of these things in Skool as well. You may join the Skool and ask any questions you want. I'll be right there replying everything and giving some more tasks, more knowledge, more videos, etc. This is example of manually unrolling a loop. It's something that you can just check out right now, but if you don't know the basics, then don't be too bothered with this. This will be quite simple to understand when you learn the basics. Maybe basics will be like most difficult. So if we have some tensor, we can actually launch, depending on how many tiles we break up tensor into, like 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4 block, we can launch 4 of the programs to calculate tiles at the same time. So length divided by tile size will give you the number of tiles. And we will, you see, we have these square brackets. This will launch this amount of separate programs or separate threads or thread blocks. So for example here, if it's 4, it's gonna do 4 tiles at the same time, parallelly. That's the main utilization of GPUs. A lot of calculations in parallel. That's how you optimize your models, training, etc. Here is a quick example of everything we learned so far. There are these tiles, there is unrolled loop. However, as I said, I'm just showing you more advanced stuff here, but you don't need to bother too much. Focus on the fundamentals. This will be easy. This will be so easy once you understand the fundamentals. So that's gonna be it for this video. I'm gonna be posting more stuff, more mentoring, more videos in my Skool community. You can join, you can learn to become AI researcher, everything you need, ask questions, write papers, everything there. So see you in the community, and thank you for watching and see you next time.